What is going on, everybody? Taylor here, and I have a guest with me today.
Hi, I'm Jacob.
Yes, this is Jacob, and he will be joining me on most of my reviews that are going to be coming out because we've seen a ton of movies together over the vacation that we were just on. So, today,
Yes.
what are we talking about?
Arguably my favorite film of the year.
Yeah, it's definitely in contention. It's up there.
It's up there for me. We are obviously talking about The Hate U Give. What an incredible film.
So, just to give you guys some context, I had seen a trailer before this movie. He had not seen anything about it going into it.
No.
He was like, Taylor, we should go see this movie. And I was like, we should, but you have no idea what you were in for.
I had no idea. The reason why I was so intent on seeing it was because it comes out in Australia in January, and it was out in America in early October.
Yeah.
So I was adamant I had to see it before we came back here.
Yes. And how are you feeling about it?
It was one of the best movies of the year.
By far.
Easy.
By far.
Yeah. I'm not. I need to rewatch Love, Simon.
Yeah.
But that's a different list at a different time. But yeah, it is either one or two for me at the moment.
I would agree there. It's a very, very, very emotional movie to watch. It's very relevant right now. It's kind of the perfect timing for this movie to be coming out. In my opinion, I know that it might not be perfect just because people go to movies to escape, and this is very much what we're dealing with right now, but to me it's very important that it's coming out right now. I thought that this movie was very well made. The cast did a fantastic job. And just the way the story was told, to me, felt like you were really going on a journey. And you were really kind of experiencing this in a way that was not one-sided.
No.
It gave you a lot of different perspectives on this issue that this movie really focuses on. Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, the movie starts with a young girl who is African American, and she's in the car with one of her best friends, who gets pulled over, who is also African American, gets pulled over, and then the cop believes he's reaching for a gun, shoots him dead when he was reaching for a hairbrush. And from there, the film and from there, it is about her journey into, well,
how does she deal with it?
How does she deal with it? And I thought this was incredibly deep. It was absolutely just I was enthralled the entire time, and I loved everything about this film, and I couldn't believe, like, even from the opening scene. The opening scene alone.
Yeah.
To me, there is not a film this year that I want to win, that I want to be nominated for adapted screenplay more than anything than this. This, to me, needs to be nominated because it is one of the best screenplays I have read, this year.
Yeah.
Without question, it is one of the best screenplays. It is incredible. I completely adored this film.
I did too. I loved every second of it, and it really, there were a lot of parts that are hard to get through just because I was so invested. I was so invested in these characters and this story and really seeing where we were going to go with it, because it threw me off a couple of times. There were a couple points in this movie where I thought it was going to swing one way and really was kind of horrified that it might. And then it didn't go there.
Yeah.
And it was refreshingly, I couldn't quite tell where it was going to go, which sometimes has been a problem recently, where everything feels very by the numbers, and I feel like this movie was not that.
No, and what I really enjoyed about this was the performances. I thought were all fantastic. The dad in this film deserves a Best Supporting Actor Oscar nomination. I think he is incredible. I hope he gets it. I don't, I should have done more research before I started this because I cannot remember his name to save myself.
I can't either,
but he is fantastic in this film, and I definitely I hope this movie gets a lot more love than it's been getting.
I hope so too.
Because there hasn't been a huge groundswell for it.
No, there really hasn't, and I really hadn't heard much about it. Even before I had seen the trailer before another movie once, and that's kind of the only reason I knew that it was coming out and knew anything about it at all. And that's kind of really disheartening to me because this movie has a lot of heart, and it's clearly been made with a lot of passion, and the cast is incredible, and it's just such a great story. And I'm really, really hoping that it'll kind of get that late, like last minute, where people will rally and see it and figure out how amazing it is, because it really, really is. And it deals with a lot of different issues, not even just the shooting, but kind of a lot of issues that swell around that and deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a scene in this film that is incredible. And it is the scene where she is talking with her uncle, who also happens to be a cop.
Yes, he's a cop in the same precinct as the officer who shot the kid.
And he's talking about what goes through a cop's mind when they pull someone over. And he is giving incredible points. Like, absolutely, you are sitting there in the theater going, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. And then she throws it back into his face, and at the end of it, you go, wow. Like, it is absolutely incredible. And the end of that scene is, I basically afterwards I went, that's the scene that gets this film an Oscar nomination, and that is the scene that they play at the Oscars. Yeah, if they do. Because it is incredible how powerful that moment is in terms of the film, and I've never argument with when it comes to any of these type of shootings. I've never seen it put so nuanced and so incredibly in less than 3 minutes. Yeah. And it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
It was perfect because it takes one, like I said earlier, it takes one perspective and then takes the complete opposite perspective and really just puts them head to head. Yeah. And really gives you that, like, both sides argument, and you see it's incredible to me. Yeah. Just the way that it's handled. Yeah. It's handled so carefully, but powerfully. Yes. Like, it's very precise and very well done. And there's a scene at the end of the movie, which is another scene, it's another one of those scenes where I didn't quite know which way it was going to go. And that is one of the most powerful scenes in the entire movie. I think it's the
second or third last scene. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. And
it is, you sit there, I was basically holding my breath going, this is going to go one of two ways. Yep. And I was very, very on the edge of my seat, like, oh, this is going to go where I really don't want this to go, because that's how it goes. Yes. And it was handled so beautifully. Yeah. Like, it was perfect, I think. Like, there is not really another movie, maybe one or two movies I've seen this year, that just flows so beautifully and is handled so perfectly and just feels like...
Definitely.
It's just so well put together, and all the pieces really work well. You can tell that this is a movie where the pieces all came together. The screenplay, and the director, and the cast, and just... everything works. This is what a movie looks like when all the pieces actually work the way that they're supposed to work, I think.
Yeah, this easily one of the best films of the year. If you have not seen The Hate U Give, it's still out in American theaters.
Please go give it some love. Yes. Please go see it.
Go see this movie.
Tell your friends to go see it. Post it on your Facebook and your Twitter and tell people to go see it, because...
easily one of the best movies of the year.
You don't want to miss out on it. Like, I know you'll be able to see it later, but go to a theater if you can. If it's out near you, anywhere, like, go see. We had to look because we were in LA.
We had to drive several, like, we went past like 5 or 6 theaters to get to
one that had it.
Yeah.
So,
but it was worth it.
It was completely worth it. If there's one within, 10, 15 miles of you, please go see it, because it is so worth it. It is so good, and it really deserves love that I don't feel like it's really getting right now. But if you have seen it and you have already given it some love, please let me know what you thought in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, my links are down in my description if you want to find my social media or check out Patreon or any of that stuff. All the info on how to find me other places is down there. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. It means so freaking much to me. Seriously, you guys are the best. And I will see you all next time. Next time.